Hi guys, thank you for joining me for another video from the Animal Edit. This is day 7 for SSSVEDA. Today's topic is about zoos, which I find really fascinating and it's a really interesting topic for me to explore. I don't think it's something that I can really cover in like 5 minutes and do it justice, but I wanted to skim the surface today a little bit and present a couple of different thoughts that I've had about zoos and some resources as well if this is a topic that you're interested in. Before I launch into today's topic, I just want to say that if you are interested in animals, you love animals, and you're interested in learning about how you can help them and what you can do in your everyday life to make a difference to the lives of animals, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to see more people subscribing and telling me what they're interested in. In terms of my thoughts about zoos, to be honest, I'm really conflicted. I haven't decided where I stand on zoos because on the one hand, I think they can be really amazing organisations and places where people can go and learn about species and conservation efforts and the research that's being done and come face to face with the animals in our beautiful world, which we wouldn't otherwise have a chance to do. On the other hand, I wonder whether having zoos might be more of a selfish endeavour on the part of humans. Is it just because we want to be able to see animals up close that we wouldn't otherwise have the chance to see? And I wonder whether the payoff that animals receive as part of being in zoos is worthwhile and whether it could be achieved in other ways. Is the research that we're doing and funding and the education that zoos are providing really valuable? And I'm not saying that it's not. I'm saying that I don't really understand, and it's certainly something that I'd like to find out more about. I did watch this documentary, which was really fantastic. It was called Zoo Revolution, and it presents the argument that the education role that zoos are playing could be achieved in other ways. And I'm a bit conflicted about that too, because I feel like taking kids to the zoo is one way of really getting them involved with wildlife and um, helping them understand the beauty that these animals are, and maybe driving a passion within them as well, which may result in a career in animals or at least a lifestyle that's geared towards helping animals. On the other hand, I think there's been some research done that shows that the main benefit that kids get from visiting zoos is the excitement and sort of the pleasure, I suppose, being up close with animals, and it doesn't necessarily result in them learning a whole lot about animals or adopting behaviours that are positive towards animals. Thinking along those lines as well, I wonder whether it also teaches children that humans are the overlords and we can put animals in cages and we have the right to treat them how we choose. And I'm not sure that that's a good lesson to be teaching. And again, I'm not the expert on this. These are just thoughts that I've had about zoos. So if you have kids or, you're involved with zoos, I'd really love to hear from you what your thoughts are and what your position is on zoos. In terms of animals, I think I'd much rather see them in the wild or know that they're in the wild. And if that means that I can't see a giraffe or a rhino or a hippo or an elephant or a meerkat during my lifetime, I'd be sad. But I also think that if deep down I knew that that was the best thing for the animals, then I'd be okay with that. And I think it also elevates our respect for animals as well. If we understand, if we want to see them, we have to put in some serious effort to go out into their natural habitat and respect their natural habitat and the way that they live in the wild. I think that really contributes to a level of respect and compassion for animals as well. So having said all of that, and going back to my point at the beginning, I think zoos can play a really important role in research and conservation. And I've seen some amazing efforts from some of the zoos that I've visited in Australia, which have done fantastic work when it comes to conservation. I guess my question is just, do we need to have animals in zoos in order to do that? And I don't know the answer to that. I'd love to find out more, and I will be doing some more research. So we may even expand on this topic. If it's something that you are interested in, please let me know, because I'd love to share what I learn. As well as some incredible zoos and really well done enclosures. I've seen some incredibly sad enclosures and zoos in my life as well. When I was at university, I was fortunate to visit South Korea, and while I was there, it was winter. It was December, January, and it was bitterly cold. And I visited a zoo with my host family, and I walked away from that zoo absolutely broken. I was so devastated for the animals there. I didn't really understand why they had to be treated the way that they were. They were in tiny concrete cages, and these were things like chimpanzees and gorillas, which are obviously incredibly intelligent, and they had these tiny little spaces. And it broke my heart to see them that way, and I got incredibly emotional about it, because it was like seeing a child locked up in a glass cage with nothing to do, no stimulation, and then people walking up to it and banging on the glass, or just staring at it. And I think that I find that really disrespectful, and I didn't think that we were really learning anything from that. There was probably posters on the walls with information, but I think you can learn in other ways, and those poor animals were experiencing a life that just was barely worth living. And so that's the other side of zoos, I think, as well. And there's a whole spectrum and a whole complex world that I haven't explored or even touched on in this video. But as you can tell, I think I'm quite conflicted about the issue, and I definitely need to find out more. But I thought it was worth raising it as a topic in a video and seeing if you had interest in this topic as well. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you're interested in these topics. Please let me know what you're interested in hearing about and discussing as well. And I'm always interested if you wanted to do a video response as well, and I'll come over to the channel, to your channel, and watch it and comment and see if we can get a bit of discussion happening. I'll see you with another video again soon.